Will we have an alt season if we look at the data right now? Well, let's see. Well, if we look at Bitcoin, we see it sitting at the 101,000 mark, around that area. And we can see clearly that there's a bit of indecision on where it's going to go. So are we going to see this move up and then have altcoins come shooting back up? Or is this going to retrace back down here? And then we will see alts have a very, very difficult time. Well, let's look at some data. Well, if we look at BTC dominance, we've seen it go up, get rejected off the multi-year trend line, come back down and retest these EMAs. Now, what are we expecting? Maybe we might get another move up, which will cause alts to flush quite aggressively, but hopefully we want this thing to start continuing down, and continuing that down means a alt season. Now, we've had a bit of an alt season. We've had a few things popping and going and actually rising quite aggressively, but this area here is a bit of a decision point. Are we going up, trying to retest this trend line and potentially going back in, causing all alts to have a massive retracement, or are we going to go down? Well, let's look at some more data. If we look at total market cap, we've seen that it has hit an area of resistance. It's flushed out, taking out all of those longs, and it looks like we still have a lot to go up. So this is a good sign for alts. If we look at total 2, which is minus Ethereum and Bitcoin, we see that we're not even close to all-time highs. So even if it just gets to all-time high, we have a lot to go. There's a lot of breathing room to move for alts. And I really do expect that to break and hold that as support and move up from there, which are all very good things for altcoins. There's a few other developments that are coming in, which is quite interesting. So QQQ have now understood and are going to start putting money into MicroStrategy, which is a huge thing. And not only that, if we look at the Nasdaq 100, there's $451 billion in there. And they're also going to be putting money into MicroStrategy. All of these are good signs for things to pump much harder. So short term, I think alts are going to do really, really well. And I really do think there might be an actual Christmas rally. Now, there's one more thing that I think is quite interesting. This is into the Cryptoverse. It's a website you really should check out. And what this shows is the actual view count of YouTube and social media in regards to crypto. And if we look where we are right now, we are nowhere near the peak of where it was in the previous bull runs. Now, you need to understand that in the peak of the previous bull run, a day there were 9 million people watching crypto content on YouTube alone. And we are not even anywhere close to that level. So we're, in my opinion, nowhere near the level of where an alt season should be. And I think an alt season is in the works for sure. I think it is something, looking at the data, looking at the potential new money coming in, looking at actual institutions, large institutions who are going to be putting money in January. I think an alt season is definitely in the books. Now, what I will say though is that whether that happens after a flush, it cannot be told. But I will say that positioning yourself now is extremely important, and I think you should be doing that for the near future. Anyway, so this is an update. It'd be good to see where you guys think. Tell me what you think in the comments. Tell me if you think there's going to be a Santa rally, and tell me what you think of the data that I gave you right now. Anyway, I'm Alvarez, 7-figure crypto investor. Like, follow, share, and I will catch you guys later. Wow.